Good morning. Oh my God, they're all asleep. Good morning. There we go, all 12 of you. Thank you very much. Welcome to Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Reverend Mary Murray Shelton. I'm the community spiritual leader here. I'm delighted to welcome those of you that are in the room and those of you that are online with us. My goodness, I have a lot of reverb this morning. I am wide awake. Are you wide awake? I'll ring this again if you don't respond. So you have to do that right away, of course. So here at Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living, one of the things that we recognize is that all of us, everything we see, everything that is the presence of God manifesting itself. And so we want to make sure that we are acknowledging and welcoming that presence of God in each other. So I want to invite you in the room to stand up, walk around, greet each other, say hello to people you haven't seen in a while, introduce yourself to anybody you don't know. And those of you at home, give yourselves a hug, get another cup of coffee or tea, maybe sneak a cookie. Sit down and settle in. We'll be back in just a moment to sing the opening song. All right. Now, this is the time that we prepare ourselves for the morning celebration. And because we're now in a new month, we have a new theme, but we're continuing on with our commitment program through the rest of November. And so, as we get ready to sing this morning, and you don't have to stand up quite yet, we have with us, although not at the moment, but she will be here in just a second. She's here. I'm going to introduce the phantom singer this morning, Pollyanna Bush, whom we have not had here in a couple of years. Pollyanna is an award-winning singer-songwriter, a recording artist, a music educator, a vocal coach, and spiritual leader. She has supported and shaped the artistic and healing paths of many musicians, creators, and communities for more than 35 years. And Pollyanna's mission is to encourage and inspire people to use the sacred act of singing and music making as an expression of love, emotional healing, and transformation. So she recently developed and released an online singing course, The Empowered Singer. And it's an 8 or 9 module course that can be completed at each singer's pace. So if you're interested in that, go to www.pollyannabush.com for more information about that. And also, I want to let you know about Pollyanna. There is going to be an evening of song medicine that she's included in, coming up with about half a dozen other great singers, and it's going to be on the 15th of this month. So in a couple weeks in Berkeley, and you can get tickets at the door, but also you can scan this little tiny QR code if you want to get tickets. Now, there are more of these cards at Pollyanna's table, right over here where she has her other goodies. And so now I'm going to invite you to stand and sing. We're going to learn this easy song as our opening this morning that Pollyanna wrote. So let's welcome Pollyanna Bush.
Thank you. I am loved unconditionally. 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 I am loved. I am loved. Oh, I am so grateful to know I am loved. Oh, I am so grateful to know that I am loved. I am loved unconditionally. I am loved unconditionally. I am loved unconditionally. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved unconditionally. I am loved unconditionally. I am loved unconditionally. I am loved. I am loved. I am so grateful to know that I am loved. I am so grateful to know that I am loved. I am loved unconditionally. I am loved. Sing it out. Unconditionally. I am loved unconditionally. I am loved. I am loved. Full heart. I am loved. Come on. Unconditionally. I am loved. Feel it. You're loved. Unconditionally. I am loved. Unconditionally. I am loved. I am loved.
Yeah, you may be seated. Thank you. You know, I was listening to some music this morning, and there was a song by Don Henley called "Everything Is Different Now." And there's a line in the song where he says something like, "I went down on my knees and called out to heaven, give me someone to love. Heaven shot back, you get the love that you allow. And everything is different now." The love that we allow. So when we sing a song that says, "I'm loved unconditionally," what happens inside? Is it like that? Or is it kind of like, ooh, 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 like we don't really believe it? We don't really believe it? So that's a message to us. We're looking this morning at that experience and more. So just take that in, that opportunity to be loved unconditionally, and recognize it. As we begin our morning celebration, we always turn within and get ourselves centered. Since we've joined our voices together, now it's time for us to join our spirits together. And of course, they're always joined, but just to recognize and settle into that. So silence your cell phone so it won't interrupt us as we go on into the morning. And then we're going to just turn within together and recognize the truth. So, I'm the morning practitioner today, I think. So let's just turn within. Right here. Right now. There is one presence, and it fills this place. This presence is power and peace. It is beauty, joy, love and life and light. And because we spring from that presence, this is the truth about us as well. So I know as we step into this morning celebration that each one of us in service this morning is filled with that presence and bringing forth exactly what is needed in this time and place for the highest and best experience for every one of us. I know that Spirit within knows exactly what we need to know and hear and explore and feel, and that we are created with an ability to do that. And that presence, that God presence that is our essence, knows exactly how to bring that forward for us. So we intentionally open our minds and our hearts and our souls to that unconditional love, to that guidance that is perfectly tailored to us, and for the beauty and transformative experience of the music and the fellowship and the wonder of today. We're grateful for all of this, and we let it permeate our souls now as we release this prayer into the creative law, and let it be. And together we say, and so it is. Yes. Pollyanna.
This song is called Letter from the Universe. It's a song of encouragement to remind us of that essence of who we really are. Sometimes we can forget. Sometimes we give up on ourselves. So this song is a song to remind you. And there's a little part at the end where we can sing along together. I am light, you are light, we are light, diamond light. I got a letter from the universe today. She wrote, I hear you've been thinking about settling for less than what you're worth, less than what you worked for, you dreamed for. Oh no, my dear, my darling, don't give up on your truth, your heartland. Oh, won't you listen? I know that you need to feel more support from me, so let your tears fall. Come sit with me for a while and breathe. Child, feel my hand upon your back, help you get back on track to live the highest height for your life, to shine your brightest light, your diamond light. I got a letter from the universe today. She wrote, I hear you've been doubting and forgetting the magic of your soul, the beauty of your flow, these things you need to know. Oh no, my dear, my darling, don't give up on your gifts, your blessings. Oh, won't you listen? Listen. I know that you need to feel more support from me, so let your tears fall. Come sit with me for a while and breathe. Child, feel my hand upon your back, help you get back on track to live the highest height of your life, to shine your brightest light, your diamond light, you woman, a sweet daughter, earth your mother, sky your father, oh woman, precious daughter, the world needs your strength, you're losing power, your power. Ooh, nothing less from you, no holding back on you. You must remember to do what you came to do, what you can. came to do. And I know that you need to feel no sympathy, so let your tears fall. Come sit with me for a while, breathe it dry. Feel my hand upon your back, help you get back on track to live the highest side for your life, to shine your brightest light, your diamond light, your diamond light. And here we can sing there together. You are light, I am light, we are light. Will you sing with me? Diamond light, I am light, you are light, we are light. I am light, you are light, you are light, we are light. Sing it out. We are light, diamond light. Keep that going. I am light, you are light, you are light, you are light, diamond light. We are light, diamond light. I am light, I am light, I'm light, I'm light. You are light. You are light, you are light, you are light. Diamond light. You are light. I am light. We are light. We are light. One more. Diamond light. I got a letter from the universe today. Thank you.
Thank you, Pollyanna and Amanda. This is a new month. We are shifting from October, which is deepening our faith now, into November, which is expanding our prosperity. We had to have something to build the prosperity on top of, you know? So it's necessary to spend some time deepening our faith so that we actually have something to build on for the prosperity. It has to grow out of that. So this is the second half of our 8-week commitment program, Uplifting Our Consciousness. And I'm going to bring our president, our Leadership Council president, Karen Frost, up to introduce our morning sharer.
It was stuck for a moment. Sorry about that. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to November. Oh, my
Wow.
goodness. 2 more months to go in 2025. Where did the time go? I just thought it was just yesterday that we were all here gathered in January and drawing the cards and me getting my blank card for the year. So, yay, it's almost over. Anyways, we have been so blessed to have wonderful people sharing what their faith, their community of GGCSL means to them. And this morning, I'm still
This
in the
morning could
month.
be a whole month, you never
Could
know.
be. In my head it is right now. So this morning I get the pleasure and honor of bringing up Lynn Law, and she is one of our newer members to this community, but she's been in Science of Mind in many of the communities around the area. So I'm very happy to bring her up to be our sharer for today.
Come on up here, Lynn, so that the people at home can see you. as they used to say.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Great to see you here. Let's see, this morning I thought I would share a little bit of some of the background of my experience. And since some of you know that I've had a lot of experience with the Center for Attitudinal Healing, one of the spiritual principles that really has said a lot to me and given me another way of seeing how I can contribute to life is giving and receiving are the same. And that takes a lot of different forms. As a facilitator of a healing group, I learned to listen from my heart, not my ears, not my mind. Just listen. And the experience of coming together with people in that form was so connecting and so deepening. And it was more than any money could have ever paid me. So I'm so grateful to that practice, and I try and continue with that. Also, I would just like to encourage any of you who haven't volunteered here, giving and receiving are the same in that same sense. I've met so many wonderful people, more to meet, I know too, and giving and receiving are really connecting with your community, not necessarily monetarily, just enjoying the love that's spread around. So then moving ahead, I thought I would mention an experience that was really totally awesome and remarkable of really using the ideas of spirituality. My then husband and I came to the Center for Spiritual Living here in the late 80s for, I would say, better part of a year and a half or 2 years. And then it was decided that we would really, and in particular him, he would like to have a contemporary fine art gallery. And in thinking about that, it really became apparent that it would be best to do that in Napa Valley as a result of the fact that even though it was a burgeoning art center or wine center at the time, it was a place where people would come and relax and have time to browse and look at beautiful art and therefore possibly purchase. So we eventually contracted with one space, the only space we could find in this little town of St. Helena, and it happened to be an upstairs space. Now keep in mind, we knew no one in this town. So this was also an adventure in really expanding our consciousness to really know that the people who would be interested in art would find us. But we had a big nut to crack. $18,000 a month was the cost of running this space. It included the cost of refurbishing the space, adding new carpet, painting walls, adding expensive lighting, and other structures inside the space. So, yes, we waited, and no one came, and it was nervous. And then Reverend Marcia Sutton was so kind and loving. She came up from here and gave us a treatment for the space. And I really just can't thank my heavenly stars enough of her for doing so, because I know that that helped to begin to turn us around. So as time went on in the next 3 or 4 weeks, and we had this big amount of money that was going to be due, I went to bed every night, and once I relaxed, I did some visualizing of people coming up the stairs, taking a look around, somebody saying, I like this piece, tell me more about it. And then before long, them saying, I'll take it. Me then going over behind the desk, writing up an invoice for $5,000 or $8,000, whatever it was. And you know what? We did not have 1 month in the red. We made it, barely. We barely made it, but we did it. And as time went on, it continued that we never had a month in the red the whole time that we were in business there. However, it was never a lucrative business, But we had so much value out of getting to know people from around the country, as well as being exposed to some of these fabulous artists that came from different places, not just locally. So I just wanted to share with you that Science of Mind really works. Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn. You can give it to me. Yeah. And Lynn is also our Leadership Council Vice President as well. So you can talk to her more about that afterwards if you'd like to do that. Because we're doing this commitment service or commitment program right now, we're also opening into exploring a little bit more for ourselves. So you get a handout every week during this that is a particular color and is associated with a particular religion and a particular spiritual principle. And the reason that we did that was to embrace science of mind, to show its connection to other world faiths, and also to lift us up in the tradition of recognizing that we're connected to all of these traditions. So today we're looking from the perspective of Judaism and science of mind. And Judaism, I would say the underlying, undergirding thing in Judaism is tradition, the importance of remembering and honoring the traditions. And so I wanted to share something with you that really struck me about the chosen people, the idea of being the chosen people. And this comes from Houston Smith's book, The Illustrated World's Religions. He says, Scripture chronicles actions, and it was through those actions that God initially revealed himself. He's speaking about to the Israelites now. The most decisive of these actions was the Exodus, an incredible event in which God liberated an unorganized, enslaved people from the mightiest power of the age. This event not only launched the Israelites as a nation, it was, in addition, the first clear act by which Yahweh's character was disclosed to them. Vividly cognizant of God's saving power in the Exodus, the Jews proceeded to read their earlier history in the light of this divine intervention. As their liberation had obviously been engineered by God, what of the sequence that led up to it? From the perspective of the Exodus, everything fell into place. From the beginning, God had been leading, protecting, and shaping his people for the decisive Exodus event that made of the Israelites a nation. Had they themselves done anything to deserve this miraculous release? Not as far as they could see. Freedom had come to them as an act of sheer, gratuitous grace, a clear instance of Yahweh's unanticipated and astonishing love for them. So this is, in Houston Smith's understanding, the way in which Jews became, in their minds, the chosen people. They looked at other nations around them who were not receiving, it seemed to them, that kind of miraculous support and guidance. So they said, we don't know why we've been chosen, but since we have been chosen, we have a greater responsibility in the world to be of service, to take on difficult tasks, to help to heal the world and make it a better place. When we in Science of Mind look at the idea of being chosen, what we recognize is that if you're here, you're chosen. There are millions, bazillions, is that even really a word, of possibilities for human genetic combinations. They're just unlimited, and yet we're here. Somebody else isn't, it's us. We're the ones who are here. So in that sense, we are all of us chosen and loved and guided and protected and supported in the same measure of gratuitous grace being given to us. So as we look at the creative process today, that creative process which says that God creates everything out of itself by means of self-contemplation, self-awareness, a movement of God's thought upon itself, resulting in form almost irresistibly. And all of what it wants to express as comes into being. And then all of us that come into being also are endowed with the ability to bring forth more, whatever our ideas are that we glean out of the universe, whatever we bring forward. So we're looking at this aspect of our tradition also being one of recognizing that we are not just loved, we actually are an expression of love, which means that that is more real in who we are than what we think our personalities are. More real than our opinions of ourselves or our history that we can remember. This is the deeper, fuller, richer truth of who we are. So when we do this, when we acknowledge this about ourselves, we are lifted up into greater consciousness. And when we have greater consciousness, we also attract more good to ourselves, including in the area of prosperity. We wish to expand our ability to receive that love and the experience of greater prosperity as a community and in our own lives individually. So claiming that, we're going to stand and sing our commitment program song, Higher Place, right now with Nathan as well. So stand up, here we go. You know this song now. Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. No more forward, no more backward, no more spinning around and around. My life is moving ever upward. My feet are leaving the ground. Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. No more downward, no more darkness, no more wondering the point of it all. My life is destined, hope for greatness. My soul has answered the call. Up, up, up to a higher place. Up, 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 far beyond this time and space. Up, up, up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place, a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Feel my soul rising to a higher place. Feel my soul rising to a higher place. Yes, you may be seated. Thank you, Nathan. All right. So today, I'm suggesting that we assume that we are cherished and supported. Supported and cherished, that we make that assumption. You know, as little kids, we often assume that whatever we overheard our parents saying about us was just true. We just assumed that they knew whatever it was. So if they said that we were wonderful singers, we probably went around singing all the time. If they said that we were clumsy, we probably got a little nervous about trying anything that required coordination, because we just absorb those things like little sponges when we're tiny little kids. And, you know, sometimes some little kids know that they're loved no matter what. I remember my nephew, who's got grown kids of his own now, but when he was a little tiny boy, he was in a dance class. He was one of only 2 little boys in a dance class. And we went to the recital that they were in and they were around 4 years old. And the 2 little boys were dressed like little sailors. And there was one part of the dance where they were down on the front part of the apron of the stage, downstage, and they were on their tummies like this with their feet up behind them, and they were doing this little crisscross thing. And everybody was going, "Aw," and they were so cute. And then when the dance went on, the other little boy got up, and my nephew stayed there and kept doing that with his legs. He was having the best time looking at all the people. Well, this little boy is a little bit like that. Sunday school teacher decided to have her 2nd grade class memorize Psalm 23, one of the most quoted passages in the Bible. And she gave the children a month to learn it. And one little boy was really excited about the task, but he just couldn't memorize the psalm all the way through. He practiced and practiced, but he just could hardly get past the first line. So the day came for each of the children to recite Psalm 23 in front of the congregation. This was the Sunday school class, of course, and the little boy was nervous. So when his turn came, he stepped up to the microphone, and he took a deep breath, and he said, "The Lord is my shepherd, and that's all I need to know." And wasn't that the truth? And that's what we need to know. The Lord is my shepherd, and that's all I need to know. I am always looked after. The great presence is always with me. No matter where I wander, I'm ultimately going to be okay one way or another, yeah, because that divine presence is with me. And I think that I'm ringing a little bit here. Sound guys, I'm ringing a little bit. I think that we absorb so much as we're growing up about what we're lacking or what we've done wrong or where we could have done better. Anybody out here who has escaped that? No? Okay, so we're definitely the right group. We sometimes become either convinced that we're really not good people. Not really. Or we get convinced that we're screw-ups. Or sometimes we are lucky enough to have lived in a family or with a group of friends or peers around us who actually really have a fair amount of self-esteem and kindness toward themselves, where we really take that forward into our lives as adults. But most people don't. I remember going through a personal growth training in the 1970s. Some of you did that back then. And one of the things that we were told was, children are very rarely allowed to have more self-esteem than their parents. Now, that was a message for us in terms of being willing to question and maybe lift ourselves into greater self-esteem, but also for me, it was a reminder as a young parent of, oh, I don't want to do that to my child if I can manage to not do that. Our founder, Ernest Holmes, wrote, "When life created us, it gave us 2 great endowments of God, the 2 highest gifts of heaven, love and creativity. Love so that we may have confidence in life, a sense of security." Am I okay? Are you still hearing me? Okay. A sense of security and peace and joy in living, creativity, so we can really live as persons and express ourselves individually. Life is done very well by us. Would it be too much to say that God has given us the best He has and then let us alone to discover ourselves? Yeah. So if we are loved and supported, then what is the evidence? What is the evidence that we're loved and supported? Well, first of all, you're here. So, out of all the possibilities, you're chosen. You're one of the chosen people, right? You're here. You've received help. At some times in your life, someone has helped you. Yes? Sometimes that help comes in odd ways from the most unlikely places, people that we didn't expect to actually help us, or complete strangers. You know, the other day there was something on television about running out of gas, and I was going, yeah, Amanda said, I've never run out of gas. I said, really? I can't even believe that. I mean, I've run out of gas more than once. Yeah. And it never occurred to me that there was someone who would never run out of gas. Isn't that funny? Never occurred to me. So I have received help at those times when my battery has been dead, or I've run out of gas, or I got a flat tire. Somebody has always eventually showed up to help me. And I'm grateful for that. But I also kind of tend to take it for granted, that help that comes out of the blue. So we've all been helped. What else? We've learned and changed. We're capable of actually observing something and making a change, saying, I'm not going to do that anymore. That didn't feel good. I'm not going to do that anymore. Or I want to do more of that. That was really great. We adapt and change. It's an amazing thing that we're able to learn and change. That's a huge gift. That's a huge gift. I'll say more about that later. And also, unexplained good has happened for us from time to time. Out of the blue, unexplained good. It may be money that was given to us or that we found. It might have been that somebody stood up for us or introduced us or became a mentor for us, and it wasn't something that we expected. It came out of the blue for us. So those are all indications that the universe has given us that we're supported. We tend to build it into our lives and not realize that that support is always present for us. But we do have evidence that we've been supported. Would you agree with that? Yeah, we do have some evidence that we've been supported. So what is the evidence that we're cherished? Well, let's see. All of this is available to us all the time. And it's beautiful. It's not just random junk. It's not just crap, excuse my French. It's something beautiful that's free, that's actually all around us all the time, given to us out of love. Flowers, fruit, dew, rain, sunshine, rainbows. Why rainbows? Is there a practical reason for rainbows? Not that I can think of. They're just beautiful. The light does that, and we get to see them. Shooting stars. I'm sure there's some scientific reason why there are shooting stars, but why, for us, do we get to see shooting stars? Why do we get to see galaxies? Why do we get to see mountains? Because we're loved. We're cherished. And so beauty, lavish beauty, I mean amazing beauty, is provided for us all the time. All the time. And particularly living in Northern California, we have all kinds of beauty that's available to us all the time. I mean, for heaven's sakes, it's going to be in the mid-70s today. It's November. That's ridiculous, but it's here. It's available for us. We can enjoy it. We can step into it. It is the manifestation of the divine. How is it that we expect God to talk to us? Do you really think you're suddenly going to get a download of a disembodied voice that says, this is exactly what you need to do? That's not how the infinite presence communicates. So how in the world does God show love to all of its manifestations, to all of its creation? Well, beauty. Baby anything from grass to little birds to, I mean, our cats think little insects are pretty exciting. You know, love is expressed in a variety of ways to all of us, to everything. And so Ernest Holmes goes on to say, talk live, act, believe, and know that you are a center in this one. All the power there is, all the presence there is, all the love there is, all the peace there is, all the good there is, and the only God there is omnipresent. Consequently, the infinite is in and through us, and is in and through everything. So if that's the truth, if that abundance, if that support and cherishing is available, why is it? What is it that blocks us from feeling that, from seeing that, from without question knowing that? Well, we have evidence, but our beliefs and assumptions can block us. What we've heard people say, things we know we've done less well than we could have, those things can block us. Stubbornness can block us. Resistance can block us. You know, I've often said that sometimes when things evolve in my life, the way that the universe has to get me there is to spin me around a little bit until I'm a little dizzy, and then back me in. Because otherwise, I would be resistant. You know, if I had known when I was in the Church of Religious Science in Seattle that I was going to become a minister, I would have run from that place as fast as possible and never looked back. I didn't see it coming until I was already halfway in. And that is kind of how it works sometimes with the universe. The universe knows us so well that it finds a way sometimes to sneak us into where we need to go next, because otherwise we wouldn't understand it and we would be in resistance. So sometimes the resistance blocks our awareness of how loved and supported we are. We stubbornly hold on to our old perspective, the old messages that we got, the old things that we did when we knew less. We hang on to those as our identity rather than opening up. Or we don't want to try to put our toe into something because we don't have a guarantee we're going to be okay in there. We don't have a guarantee it's going to be all right. The option is to trust the universe, which seems so vague and distant sometimes. Are you with me here? Yeah? And so the energy we put out every moment of our lives is like our own spiritual fingerprint. It identifies us as the origin of that energy that we're sending out and reflects it back to us. And that reflecting back is a gift. That reflecting back, when we accept that we're deeply loved and that the universe never fails to support us, then we can begin to see how our own resistance to this idea blocks our awareness of how each thing, every single thing, every experience that we have is exquisitely formed for us with love, even when they're hard. Because the reflection back engages or can engage our capacity to learn and change, to expand and become greater and more than we were before. Not because we actually become more, but because our awareness starts to melt away the foggy edges of who we thought we were and reveal something more, something increasingly precious and rare, because each one of us, as an expression of the one, is still a unique manifestation of that presence. What an amazing thing. So we might boil these down into fear, these four things: our beliefs and assumptions, our stubbornness, our resistance, our desire for guarantees. We could boil that down into fear. In the Science of Mind, in Holmes' Reader on Change, Ernest Holmes is quoted as saying, "There is no fear in love. And there is no liberation from fear without love. Fear is always based on the supposition that we are unprotected, rejected, friendless. If the fearful mind would entertain love and the harmony and peace that go with it, then it must turn from everything that denies this love, and trusting in divine guidance, open its being to the influx of love. Not just love of God, but love of everything, for love is an all-inclusive conception. Wow. So right here, in this room, exactly as you are cherished beyond measure. You are known better than you know yourself. And this is true of me and of every one of us at the same time. How do we feel and behave when we know that we're loved? How do we really feel and behave when we know that we're loved? Kind of like that, you know? We are more loving, we're more confident, we're generous, we're compassionate, we're happy. We're willing to try things, because even if we fall down or do them badly, we can laugh about it. We have a sense of humor about ourselves, and we assume good intentions of the universe, even when we encounter someone from time to time that we may not feel as trustworthy. We assume the good intentions of the universe, and that even that encounter can bring forward something for good. I want to share a story with you. I've shared this before, but it's been a while. And it's one that I love. When you think of the divine presence as a parent, think about this story. The pickle jar, as far as I can remember, sat on the floor beside the dresser in my parents' bedroom. When he got ready for bed, Dad would empty his pockets and toss his coins into the jar. As a small boy, I was always fascinated at the sounds these coins made as they were dropped into the jar. You can hear them, can't you? They landed with a merry jingle when the jar was almost empty, and then the tones gradually muted to a dull thud as the jar was filled. I used to squat on the floor in front of the jar and admire the copper and silver circles that glinted like pirate's treasure when the sun poured through the bedroom window. When the jar was filled, Dad would sit at the kitchen table and roll the coins before taking them to the bank. Taking the coins to the bank was always a big production. Stacked neatly in a small cardboard box, the coins were placed between Dad and me on the seat of his old truck. Each and every time, as we drove to the bank, Dad would look at me hopefully. "These coins are going to keep you out of the textile mill, son. You're going to do better than me. This old mill town is not going to hold you back." Also, each and every time, as he slid the box of rolled coins across the counter at the bank toward the cashier, he would grin proudly and say, "These are for my son's college fund. He'll never work at the mill all his life like me." We would always celebrate each deposit by stopping for an ice cream cone. I always got chocolate. He always got vanilla. When the clerk at the ice cream parlor handed Dad his change, he would show me the few coins nestled in his palm. "When we get home, we'll start filling the jar again." He always let me drop the first coins into the empty jar, and as they rattled around with a brief happy jingle, we grinned at each other. "You'll get to college on pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters," he said, "but you'll get there. I'll see to that." The years passed. I finished college and took a job in another town. Once while visiting my parents, I used the phone in their bedroom and noticed that the pickle jar was gone. It had served its purpose and been removed. A lump rose in my throat as I stared at the spot beside the dresser where that jar had always stood. My dad was a man of few words and never lectured me on the values of determination, perseverance, and faith. The pickle jar had taught me all these virtues far more eloquently than the most flowery of words could have done. When I married, I told my wife Susan about the significant part the lowly pickle jar had played in my life as a boy. In my mind, it defined, more than anything else, how much my dad had loved me. No matter how rough things got at home, Dad continued to doggedly drop his coins into the jar. Even this summer, when Dad got laid off from the mill and Mama had to serve dried beans several times a week, not a single dime was taken from the jar. To the contrary, as Dad looked across the table at me pouring ketchup over my beans to make them more palatable, he became more determined than ever to make a way out for me. "When you finish college, son," he told me, his eyes glistening, "you'll never have to eat beans again, unless you want to." The first Christmas after our daughter Jessica was born, we spent the holiday with my parents. After dinner, Mom and Dad sat next to each other on the sofa, taking turns cuddling their first grandchild. Jessica began to whimper softly, and Susan took her from Dad's arms. "She probably needs to be changed," she said, carrying the baby into my parents' bedroom to diaper her. When Susan came back into the living room, there was a strange mist in her eyes, and she handed Jessica back to Dad, and before taking my hand and leading me into the bedroom, "Look," she said softly, her eyes directing me to a spot on the floor beside the dresser. To my amazement, there, as if it had never been removed, stood the old pickle jar, the bottom already covered with coins. I walked over to the pickle jar, dug down into my pocket, and pulled out a fistful of coins. With a gamut of emotions choking me, I dropped the coins into the jar. I looked up and saw that Dad, carrying Jessica, had slipped quietly into the room. Our eyes locked, and I knew he was feeling the same emotions I felt. Neither one of us could speak. In the Lamsa translation of the Bible, which comes from the Aramaic, in the Gospel of Luke it says, "So if you who err know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father give the Holy Spirit from heaven to those who ask him?" All we need to do is accept, and that's a big one, I know, that we are unconditionally loved, and then ask. That's all. Namaste. Thank you. Now stand and join me for the morning affirmation. Oh, no, I'm supposed to ground the message in prayer first. Close your eyes, don't sit down. God is all there is. We are that. Love is in this room, and it is us. And so it is. And now join me for the morning affirmation. As we say together, I am loved and cherished by the divine presence. Everything in my life reflects me and also unfolds to bring me more good. I assume the truth of this, and the universe lovingly shows my open mind it's so, and so it is. You may be seated. Would the ushers please come forward? I know we're running a little long today, so please hang in there with us. If you need to go, we understand. This is our sacred giving time. If you're with us online and you'd like to make a donation, we would receive that with such joy. And all you need to do is text the dollar amount you want to give to the number on the screen, and then just follow the directions. For those of us in this room, we're going to bless all the offerings being given here as well as those online, and everything Golden Gate has received this past week, including ourselves, because we too are part of the gift. So I invite you to take your gift or just your hands, place them over your heart, you at home as well, as we bless these gifts together by saying, "This gift I give is God in action. I now send it forth to bless and to prosper. I know that everywhere it goes, it is creating a world living in love, one heart and one thought at a time. And so it is." Thank you. Go ahead. Pollyanna, you're on. It's all yours.
Your talk inspired me to do a different song than the one that I planned. And I might stumble through it because I haven't done it in a long time, so bear with me. It's called I Am Here. And I just lost the words.
Oh.
Here they are. Those beautiful photos of nature. And all the evidence that's around us every day is just stunning. I see you through your child's eyes. Make love to you with your lover's hands. Sing through and your voice flies. I want you to understand. I melt your heart with my salty rain and give you courage to seek the truth again and again. Bring the sun to warm your lovely skin. And will you let me in? 'Cause I've been here all this time. I've been here all this time. All this time. I bloom the rose in perfect spring and float the clouds for your wild imaginings. Balance rhyme and season, bringing harmony. You could always come to me, 'cause I've been here all this time. Yes, I've been here all this time. Still you ask me for a sign. Ask me for a sign. life and the way I am here day to day. I am the truth, the light, and the way I am here day to day. I am the truth, I am the light, I am here. I am the truth, the life, and the way I am here day to day. I am the truth, the life, and the way I am here. Thank you.
So we do, all of us here, on behalf of Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living, accept this offering and send it out in the world to create more awareness that we are loved and we are love. And so it is. If you're with us for the very first time this morning, what took you so long? We're really glad that you're here, and I want to direct your attention to the table back here. This has all kinds of information for you. There's bookmarks and affirmation cards and all sorts of stuff. But also, be sure that you pick up a welcome packet and take out the it's a blue card. Take out the blue card inside, fill it out, give it to Galen, who's waving it around back there, and she'll give you a little book as our thank you gift for coming today, and also our invitation to you to come and be with us often in the future. We'd love to get to know you. I also want to thank everyone who came together this morning to put this together in the most lovely way. The Frost family for this wonderful pumpkin altar. And Pollyanna Bush for the music, and Amanda for supporting that. And everybody that's set up, and all of you for being here. So acknowledge yourselves as well. Yeah. Also, it is the first Sunday of November. If you have a November birthday, would you please stand? We're going to sing you a happy birthday. Yes, okay, very good. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear November. Happy birthday to you. Yes, thank you all so much. Thank you for being willing to have a November birthday. Reverend Barbara, come on up. Every month at the beginning of the month, we have our Ukraine table up. Come on up. And it's available right over here this morning for you to find out the latest. Come on over here so they can see you online too. And please stop over there to find out the latest and pick up a card. And also, there's some more stuff going on that Barbara's going to tell you about right now.
Oh, and I get to see it here?
Isn't that cool?
Isn't that cool? So meet the Ready Twins. Does this need to be turned on?
Oh, let's see.
Here we go.
There you go.
So we're doing a new product in Ukraine. It's called Resilience in a Rucksack. And we're well in process, and we're about to go to translation. And it is a really innovative, wonderful thing. And we have a few flyers over there, and come and talk to me about that. And the Ready Twins are our mascots that are introducing everything we do from now on. So get ready, because they're coming. I wanted to thank you for being ready all this time, that I've been ready all this time. And together we've been going to Ukraine for 24 years.
Wow.
Yes. And so coming here is just a great joy. And if you have been part of the Opportunity Ukraine team or club or whatever we're calling ourselves right now.
You have to hold this up or they won't hear you on
Yes,
the tape.
thank you. Thank you. I wanted to share something that Reverend, I always call her Reverend Lynn, but I know that, I don't know.
Lynn Law?
Yeah, Lynn Law. Yeah. I always call her Reverend Lynn in my mind. But I brought something I wanted to read to you today about this month from our workbook that we use for children. I'll show it to you if you come and visit. It's called Giving and Receiving. And we do this from 1st to 11th graders. Freely circulating, meaning giving and receiving, your resources, whether physical, emotional, or mental, to support someone or something other than yourself. This is like being an inlet and an outlet for life to flow to you and through you. It may seem nicer to receive, but a lake becomes a bog if it's not flowing with water in and out. So let's not block it up and let that water keep flowing. And the last thing is there's so much going on in Ukraine, and it's a lot more than what the news has for you. And if you want to know more, I'll be happy to talk to you. I'm very grateful to be here. And we are going to be having some quarterly events coming, and Thanksgiving is coming. If someone feels like hosting a brunch, or we all go to a park, you know, we can do a virtual Thanksgiving. We've done many of them, and we'd love to do one with you too. So thank you so much. Talk to me about it if the Spirit moves you.
Thank you, Barbara. And you know, Dr. Barbara drives 4 hours one way to get here, to be here on a Sunday. So, you know, let's make it worth her while. Go to the Ukraine table, find out what's going on, and appreciate what she did. Because she's got to drive to go home, too. All right. Our service at the food bank is coming up on the 11th from 12 to 2. That's a Tuesday. And it's basically going to the warehouse in San Rafael and helping to pack food that's going to be distributed to other food distribution centers that are in areas where people have food insecurity. If you would like to be part of the team this month, contact Ellen Nicosia, who's right here in the front row. You can talk to her this morning or email or text her and let her know you'd like to be on the team, because we have a limited number of spaces available. That's coming up in just under 2 weeks. And also, on the day after that, Wednesday the 12th, the Coffee and Faith Sharing Group with our practitioner, Leslie Giannetti, is going to be happening at Cafe Aroma on 4th Street in San Rafael. You can just show up there for part of the conversation. Also, I want to remind you, it's time to vote. Time to vote. Be sure that you vote. Your vote is your voice. It's very important that you take the opportunity to express your perspective that way. And also, remember that prayer is an important resource that we always offer here. So we have 3 practitioners available this morning to pray with you. Take advantage of that. So it's a little late, what the heck. Go get a prayer, have some coffee, and by the way, did we get more cups? Paula, we did. Great. So I don't have to announce that we're out of cups. Okay, very good. More cups came. Enjoy your coffee. Somebody's husband went and got those for us, and we're very grateful for that husband. All right. Yes. So stop and get a prayer. Put a request in the prayer box there. And would the practitioners please surround the room now as we do our closing prayer together. So turning within one more time, we all of us know as one mind, one heart, that we are enfolded in the heart of God right here and right now. It's the only place we ever could go, the only place there ever was. We are immersed in that presence, and we call forth that presence to act through us this week, to bring us into our awareness of our invitations, our beauty, our gratitudes for the wonderful gifts that are given to us today and throughout this week. And we know that this is taking place in our consciousness right now, so that we are attuned to the good that we are receiving and joyfully celebrated. We let this prayer go with love, knowing that it is already taking place in mind and heart. And together we say, and so it is. Please stand and join us for the closing blessing and song.
Can I say something, just one tiny thing?
Here, you're going to need the microphone.
I haven't actually ever done this before, but I was so moved by the perfect merger of your talk, your story, and your music that something amazing happened in this space this morning that I haven't felt before, maybe for a long time. Something amazing. And I just wanted to acknowledge it. And thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Did we do the blessing? Oh, I went too far. I lost track of myself. Let's see if this works. There we go. So together we say, I now walk, so that whoever walks beside me dwells in the presence of God, and whoever places a hand in mine is lifted, and whoever thinks of me is illumined with God consciousness. For Spirit and all people and I are one eternally, and so it is. And here we go with the peace song, which everybody knows.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God our Creator, lovely all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my